Good morning, students. Welcome to Dhanu's Academy. This is the program which I am discussing about, the so-called how to go ahead with APPSC Group 1. In this, I am going to answer a few questions on how to go ahead for this APPSC Group 1. Along with this, I am also going to discuss about how we can synchronize UPSC as well as APPSC in our preparation. That is what I'm going to say. Right, first thing first, very good evening. I want to know whether my voice is audible to you or not. Please message whether it is audible or not. I will not be able to hear your voice. Check whether my voice is audible or not from your end. Type me. Yes. Thank you, Ramya. Good. Now, let me start with some basic things. First thing is, before going into this preparation mode, let me tell you two things clearly. APPSC, the new government has given this first notification. The government of Y. Jagan Mohan Reddy has given this notification. This is the first notification in his government. Let us make very sure that this government is going for elections in 2024. Now this is 2022 notification. Next year also they are planning to give it definitely. For political considerations, the government is very serious that they will be giving back-to-back notifications. This is for sure. This year you will have one notification, next year you will have other notification. Then they will go to elections saying that, okay, we have given two notifications just like the earlier government in Andhra Pradesh. So these two notifications will be completed in time. That is first thing that we have to understand. They will also giving group 2 also. Right, this is some other thing that we have to notice. Which means if you are preparing for APPSC, this one for next 2 years, there will be exams of group 1 and group 2 definitely, and this is going to be completed well within the time frame. This is not going to be earlier versions where it will drag for 1 year or more than 1 year. It will be completed in 1 year as per the time they have given. This is for sure. They are not going to drag it. So this is first thing that you have to understand. Back-to-back notifications will be there. Why I said this at the start of my lecture is, I want to make sure that those guys who are preparing seriously for UPSC until this point of time, many of the candidates will be having a doubt whether to go for UPSC or to go for APPSC and focus on one thing. When you are preparing for 1 year, in my opinion, it would not be a wise thing to just write one exam, because this is our life. Look at the notification, it has just around 90 posts. So just for 1 year, if you are depending on this 90 posts, this is not a good consideration of preparation of any exam. So let's go with the combination. If you are preparing for UPSC seriously, have that along with APPSC. Prepare for both, because the number of jobs that APPSC has given is less compared to last group 1. In the last group 1, there were 175 vacancies. This time it is half of that. Right. This is first thing that I wanted to make sure. So if you are preparing just for APPSC, then again I am saying, just don't depend only for group 1. If you thought that, okay, I should not give UPSC, at least focus on two exams of group APPSC, group 1 and group 2. And those guys who have focused only on APPSC, I think some of you have written endowment department post, group 4 post. That is also a good thing, because in an exam, a competitive student should write at least 4 to 5 competitive level exams, so that at least in one area we'll be checking our luck. Right, that is the thing. So don't depend on only one exam. This is the first wrong thing that we can do. Write more than 3 competitive exams in a particular year. In whatever year you are, make sure that you are writing 3 exams at least. That is the thing. Now, let me speak about this group 1, how we have to prepare for group 1. Particularly, I will be telling this in the context of those guys who are preparing for UPSC as well as who are preparing for groups together. Now, This is Group 1 notification. As we know, the applications are going to start from 13th of this month. For 20 days they have given you the chance to apply. So on 13th of this month you can start applying. On 2nd it is going to end. The rest of the things I am not going to say how that screening test will be conducted. It is as per government order number 158, government order number 39. Not much relevance. So, but this is important. Mains exam is to be scheduled on the second half of March. Prelims exam is scheduled on the second half of December, precisely on 18th of December, and that too it is a tentative date. Don't worry about tentative dates. Maybe this date will be confirmed, right? Which means we'll be having 76 days from now on for prelims. And UPSC prelims is on May 28th. May 28th. So by the time of prelims of UPSC, your mains exam will also be done. So consider that if it starts in the second half of March, by the end of March, the exam will be completed April and May. You will be having around 50 days from then onwards to prepare for UPSC prelims. Even after completing of APPSC mains, you will have 50 days of time to come back to UPSC and write the exam. So this is the first thing that you have to notice, right? Those guys who are just preparing for Group 1, what I say is, don't just prepare for one exam. Group 1 along with Group 1 write Group 2 of APPSC, and if there are any other exams related to APPSC, write all those exams, because more or less the preparation will be to the same level, except that Group 1 will have mains separately, that is conventional type of test. Now this is the second thing that I wanted to say. So from today onwards you have 76 days. Let me take that 75 days is the time that we have for prelims of APPSC. Now along with this, one more notification is important. Now it is said that the candidates for the mains will be selected in the ratio as may be decided by the commission at the appropriate time. Now commission is taking this discretion to select candidates for mains. Either it may be in the ratio of 1:12, it may be 1:15, or it may be 1:50, which means for every one post 50 candidates will be selected for mains, right? So anyhow, last time they have selected 1:50. In 2016 of APPSC, they have selected 1:12. This time also, people are expecting that government may go ahead with 1:12 or 1:15. Why this is there? Now, selecting in the ratio of 1:12 and 1:15 is always better for candidates who are preparing seriously, because much of the, if you are selecting 1:50, there will be huge number of candidates who will be writing mains, and our mains chances will be little compared to other candidates. So 1:12 or 1:15 is always a better scope for those guys who are preparing for this exam seriously. So don't consider that if the UPSC APPSC is selecting 1:12, this is advantage to meritorious students who are preparing seriously for the exam. And I consider that all the candidates who are listening to our video are serious in their preparation. So this is better for us. We will be in an advantageous position for mains. Why? In two ways it will be advantageous. If you are not clearing in the ratio of 1:12, think that we are not to the top brass. We have to clear even with 1:12 in this exam. If you are not clearing, better to focus on the next exam that we have. That is the thing, because even if we write with that preparation mains also, after 3 months we have to come back to the first stage. This will be just like snake and ladder, the snake galloping us at 99th place, coming back to first place. So don't consider that this is a disadvantage. So hope that APPSC is going to select in the ratio of 1:12, and this will be a very good thing, because only top candidates will be writing mains, and we will be in that top candidates, and then we can compete to that level. Even APPSC, those who are correcting that, they will correct it from this, they will get 1:3 or 1:2. That is always going to be an advantageous position for us, right? So this is the thing. So the discretion is going to be taken by APPSC. Let us wait and see how APPSC is going to consider this, and how they are going to come up with the solution. But that is why I said is, don't have this type of negative feeling that it is going to take only in this ratio. That is completely fine. The next thing that I wanted to say is the number of posts. Those candidates who are, this is the age limit 42. For almost all the other posts the age limit is 42 except those that are in the uniform. For uniform posts it is, the maximum age limit is 30 and 28. Obviously it requires some physical fitness. If you are crossing that age limit, then obviously it takes time for us to get that physical fitness, so they are not selecting those candidates who has crossed 30 for DSP posts, that is civil, and for jails as well as firefighting department. Except these three, all the other posts are up to 42 years of age. So this is another thing that we have to notice. Educational qualifications, you should have a minimum degree, that is well understood, don't worry about it. Reservation, these are the zones. Just look at which zone you belong to and where you are going for, right? Srikakulam, Visakhapatnam, Vijayanagaram, Zone 1, East Godavari, West Godavari, Krishna, Zone 2, Chittur, Kadapa, Kurnool, Anantapur, Grove 4, Zone 4. Just this is for filling up the application. Make sure that you, to which zone you belong. Guntur, Prakasham, Nellore belongs to Zone 3. Right? Apart from that, what are the other things that we have to look at it? Application fees is rupees 250 and application processing fees is rupees 120. Totally it will be around 370 rupees, and exemptions are given for this also. Now let us focus on the important thing, scheme of examination. The scheme of examination is, it will be prelims, mains and a personality test with 75 marks, and this is what the screening test centers are, right? This is the centers. Almost every district is a part of it, don't worry about it. Now Hyderabad is not there here, so that is one thing that we have to understand. So we have to go back to our places and we have to write exam in our places. That is the thing. Moving on. Now, in the prelims, obviously, though they are selecting on the merit basis, it is also saying that every candidate should get a minimum cutoff mark for every exam. Open competition general studies students should get 40%. Backward classes should get 35, SC/ST should get 30%. Now what does this mean? This is minimum qualifying mark. So maximum that will be based on merit for prelims. Now let us enter into the notification details. You have two carry forward vacancies, but this is not for general category. This is for SC candidates belonging to SC general candidates. There are two carry forward vacancies. What is this carry forward vacancies? As per the Constitution of India, if some posts which are released last year, if they are not filled, that will be carried forward, provided that the total reservations as per Mandal Commission is not crossing more than 50% of reservations. That is the thing. Under this context, they have given two carry forward vacancies, but this is not for general category students. It has to be noted only for SC students, which means SC women and men can be eligible for that. Now for fresh vacancies, this is the total number of vacancies that you have. For this, the total number of vacancies are 90. For general category students, you have 21. This 21 is for general category men and women. General category women have 12. EWS quota you have 11%, and the rest of the things are as per the reservation based, as we know. So if you are a general category candidate, make sure, if you are a general category male candidate, make sure you have to have a very good score to clarify this exam or to clear this exam. So first thing is, what does this give as an opinion? Make sure out of total seats 90, look at your category and then make sure that how many seats are there for you. How many seats are there for you? Now why this is important? This is very important because those people who are thinking that in this year I will write only one exam, There will be some candidates who will be thinking that this year I will write only one exam. So these type of candidates, this is something that we have to worry. See, if there is a general candidate, and if you are thinking that this year I will write only group 1, I will not write UPSC, I will not write group 2, I will not write group 3. If you are thinking in this way, you are competing only for 21 posts. 365 days of preparation, you are just doing it for 21 posts. Now, even though you are having the highest merit in the country, still at times these competitive exams are dependent on luck factor also. If luck doesn't favor you, you'll be out and you have to sit for another 365 days. So what do I mean to conclude by this is the number of posts, though it appears to be 90, make sure that how many posts in general we have. That is the thing that we have to understand, and we have to appreciate that factor. Even in this, if your age is more than 30 years, you have to remove these posts also. So that depends. Hence, what I say is, be very practical while preparing for competitive exams. Don't go with emotions, go with reasons. That is the first thing that I want to say. Second thing that I wanted to say very clearly is, don't fall into the trap of market. Market will be saying that there are number of posts, come and join. This will be the thing. Don't go anywhere. Make sure that you are at the center and you are preparing as per your requirement. This is another thing that I wanted to say. Number of posts are very less, right? Nonetheless, when this job calendar was announced by APPSC, they said that the number of posts will not be more than 30, but at least they have given 90. That is one advantage position. But the second thing that I wanted to say is, this is the number of posts that you have. In total, this is the one. Depending upon your category, look at how many posts are there and then decide how much competition will be there. So when you have 21 posts, if you are selecting in 1:12 ratio, if APPSC Commission has decided to select for mains in 1:12 ratio, that means if you are a general category, male candidate, male aspirant, the number of candidates who will be selected here is 12, 1:12, 12 to the 24, 252. You have to be one among that 300 if it is going to be selected on this basis. If it is selecting on general basis, that is completely fine. But if they are going to select even in this category, in this way, we have to be at the top. That is the thing that I wanted to say. So be very careful for preparing for mains as well as for prelims, and don't keep your eggs only in one basket. Many people will say don't travel on two boats, but what I say is travel on two boats when you are preparing for group 1, because if one boat is going to sink down, at least you can have your both feet on another boat. That is the thing that I wanted to say. Right? This is the cautions that I wanted to say. So far what I said, which road you have to take, have your options wide. If you are just restricting to APPSC, completely fine, but just don't restrict only to group 1 in APPSC, write group 2 also, and write some other exams which the commission is conducting. If you are thinking that I am going to write only group 1 but not to venture into group 2, then have an option open for UPSC also. That is what I mean to say. So you have to go with UPSC plus APPSC group 1. That is one clarity that I wanted to give. Right? Now coming into this point. Now I will be telling this context under two dimensions for those candidates who are preparing very fresh, which means you have not written UPSC exam of prelims. You have not prepared for any exam and this is your first preparation for APPSC. In your competitive exam, this is your first preparation. For those candidates, what I say is, those who are preparing for the very first time, now you are opening books because of the notification and you are looking at the things. For them, what I say is, directly go with group 1 prelims. No other option. You have to start with group 1 prelims. Now I am not speaking about these candidates in this lecture. I am not speaking about these candidates. I am speaking about those candidates who have given at least some other exams in your preparation. What do I mean by some other exams in your preparation? Maybe you must have written UPSC prelims or some exams of competition exams which contains general studies. For those candidates, I am saying. Now this will be for those candidates who want to prepare for UPSC and APPSC group 1. I will be making clear how we have to focus on this domain. This is not for only group 1 students who is preparing for fresh. If you are preparing for the first time, again I am repeating, what should be your way? your way should be start with prelims. What do I mean by start with prelims? Take the syllabus of prelims, complete one by one, write prelims test series on each and every one, and then your work will be completed. This is for freshers. Now for those guys who are going on two boards, that is UPSC and APPSC, for that guys I am saying this way. Now first thing is, you have 75 days of preparation. This 75 days is more than enough for preparation of prelims. Don't worry about prelims, because every one of you who is following the lectures that we are going to conduct, you are going to clear prelims. Now we will be having enough time. 75 days is more than enough time for preparation of prelims. So what I say you guys is, in this 75 days, now look at this. Our focus is to complete the exam and to crack this exam, not to crack only screening test. We have to crack mains exam also. Now between prelims and mains of APPSC, you have December 2nd half and January, February and March 1st half, which means 15 days here, 15 days here, 30 plus 60. You have 90 days of time between prelims and mains. In this 90 days, if you want to prepare 5 papers, each day will be 15 days you will get, or 16 days you will get hardly. In that 60 days, it is very difficult to complete the syllabus altogether. What I say is, combine APPSC prelims plus mains preparation for few days. Prelims plus mains, in the sense, before our prelims exam is over, at least two papers has to be completed in the mains for us. 2 papers out of these 5 papers, where they are going to count. These 2 are qualifying papers, leave it. In the rest of the 5 papers, at least 2 papers for mains has to be completed systematically, and we have to keep aside, so that after prelims, in that 90 days, we have to complete only 3 papers. Our work will be reduced and we can focus more on writing. So this should be the strategy, right? So what is the strategy that I am going to say? For those guys who are preparing for UPSC, APPSC Group 1 or Group 1 plus Group 2, for you people, what I say is, focus on prelims, at the same time focus on mains component also. Focus on mains component also. This is what I mean to say. Now coming into this preparation, exactly how to prepare for APPSC Group 1 in total. Now I am telling you that how we should focus on APPSC Group 1. Now if you look at prelims, it is of 240 marks. Last year, when they have conducted this exam, they have taken in the ratio of 1:50. In this 1:50, for general category student, the cutoff is 88 marks. 88 marks, a guy who is preparing seriously, no need to think about this exam, you can easily qualify prelims if they are taking the ratio of 1:50, because out of 240 marks, if you are not getting 88 and if you are preparing seriously, consider that we have to look for another job. In competition exam, we will not be fit, that is for sure, because 88 మార్కులు రాకపోతే ఇంకేం చదివి ఇన్ని రోజులు, no use, right? This is the thing. So everyone who is preparing, if they are taking in the ratio 1:50, no need to prepare for prelims, nothing. But if you are 1:12, as they have taken in 2016, at that point of time, for 250 marks, the cutoff was around 122, which means around 50% again. Now if they are taking in the ratio of 1:12, we have to be bit careful in our preparation. So let us consider in the worst scenario that they are taking 1:12 and we are competing for 240 marks and we have to get anywhere around 120 marks. 50 marks, 50% of marks we have to get. Now for that, how should we prepare for prelims and how should we combine that with for mains? Now for prelims, look at the syllabus carefully. There are 2 papers, paper 1 and paper 2. Both are 120 marks. Each is for 2 hours, right? In paper 1 you have history and culture, constitution, social justice and international relations, India and Andhra Pradesh economy and planning, geography. Now each paper contains ABCD, each one will be having 30 marks. a combination of 120. Paper 2, you have general mental ability, administrative and psychological abilities, that is for 60, science and technology, current affairs, regional, national and international, you have 60. Now, in this entire prelims, which is the easiest thing, is first thing is you have to start here. General mental ability, administrative and psychological abilities. I am focusing on this. Every day for 2 hours, those who are preparing for this exam, you have to dedicate every day 2 hours for this subject. Now look at what are the components that they have given in this subject. General mental ability and psychological abilities. Let me take this psychological abilities first. Now, in the syllabus, the psychological abilities are this one: emotional intelligence, social intelligence. Now, for these two, no need to prepare anything. This will be common sense questions, and for these questions, they will be giving 4 options, and at least 2 options will be correct. They will give 2 options correctly. Right? So it is not like only one option is going to be correct, 2 options will be correct. And they are general common understanding questions. They will give you a scenario. In this scenario, what will you do? A, B, C, D. In that A, B, C, D, 2 answers will be correct. Both are going to work. And this doesn't require any preparation. Just if you are practicing some 50 questions on MCQs, in these type of papers, this is more than enough. Don't worry about 16 and 17. We will prepare 50 MCQs. This work is done. So keep it aside. Keep it aside. No need to bother. But from 1 to 15, what we have to focus is, you guys has to prepare every day 2 hours. You have to take one topic at a time. You have to complete it, and you have to do practice bits. Practice bits on each topic, so that our pen will be rushing at a high speed. For doing mental ability, we should know some basics, right? Without this basics, we cannot solve these type of questions. Now 30 marks are there from this, not 30, 60 marks totally from 1 to 17, which means if they are asking 40 bits here, it is very easy to score. And those who are from mathematical background, who do have some general mental ability skills, it is very easy to score. For those guys who doesn't belong to mathematical background, sit and practice every day. APPSC prelims will be cleared if you are very good at this. This is the key for APPSC Group 1. General mental ability and psychological abilities. Psychological abilities, leave it. General mental ability. Now, what is the source for preparation? Now, if you are good at general mental ability, take some books like something like R.S. Sharma or something like this one, R.S. Agarwal book, sorry. You can take those books, you can practice. Or else, join some bank exam videos, which will be for 2000 rupees or 3000 rupees, right? You join, take one test at one topic at a time, practice it. Then with that you can prepare. Now why I say is, without general mental ability, you cannot be called as an aspirant of any exam, right? In these days, if you want to crack any exam, either that is banking exam, CGL, SSC, or it is UPSC exam or state PSC exam, any exam will not be completed unless and until you have general mental ability. This is the basic requirement of an officer, and we are here going for an officer test. Hence, what I say is, if you are weak in general mental ability, don't feel shy. We can start from tables, from second 2 ones or 2 until 19th table, which should be perfect, right? So like that, we have to prepare. How we will prepare that? Join some bank exam test series. For this, Unacademy is good. In Unacademy, what they do is, for banking, once you join by paying some 3000 or 3500, they will be having wide variety of options, which faculty you choose, where you choose, right? These guys will be there. Or Bankers Adda 24/7 is also good. You can choose one. Or Sridhar banking exam. 2000 రూపాయలు పెడితే అయిపోతుంది పని. No need to join any test series or any place. For this, you will also have some videos. If you have videos, completely fine. No need to join. Just YouTube like LS, if you are typing number series, problems related to relations, if you are seeing that, completely fine. The only thing is you have to practice. I am not telling you have to join only test series or to join only some particular coaching center. but even in YouTube they will be available. Whatever it is, you have to do it perfectly. Why? This is the key, right? So those guys who are preparing for group 1, what I say is, you have to prepare this from your end. Start immediately, start from today itself. Daily minimum 2 hours. If you are poor in general mental ability, focus 3 hours also. It will be having immense advantage in all competitive exams. For a candidate, mathematics is must. So this is first thing that I wanted to say. So focus on this aspect of prelims. This is first thing that I wanted to say. This is from your end. Now, the rest of the things we will focus. We are going to start group 1 coaching. I will be particularly dealing with all the topics. So no need to worry about this. Right? Now, how we are going to deal this is, every day there is current affairs. Again, there will be 30 questions here. Right? I will be making immediately these videos. Will be completing this. And then this will be completed. This will be completed, right? So on science and technology, for the rest of the things, I'll take one by one and we'll finish the topic. I'll also conduct some tests regarding each and every one, so that your preparation will be in line. I'm going to release one timetable how to prepare this, right? So entirely I'll be taking care of the rest of the things for group 1 prelims also. But from your end, you have to do general mental ability. That I am not going to do, right? Because that is like an ocean. You have to prepare from your end. For the rest of the things, I will manage. I'll tell you how to go ahead. This is the thing, and we are starting that. Exclusively me and Bharat sir will be focusing on this. So maximum we'll be trying to come out with that timetable also. Now, so this is for prelims. And if you look at prelims syllabus also, very easy syllabus, history and culture. Depend on loose and GK more than enough. It has to be loose and GK static. For prelims, you have to study very well. Then you will answer all the questions in history and culture aspects of this group 1 prelims. For prelims, I am saying, not for mains. Loose and GK is enough. I will discuss this also when I am taking the course. Constitution, polity, social justice and international relations. Lakshmikant book, more than enough. But before Lakshmikant, Bare Act is must. Bare Act plus Lakshmikant will be sufficient for us, and bits practicing. In this, have a look at this. Impact of liberalization, privatization and globalization and governance. Now, these type of questions you will not find anywhere. This is common sense question. We have to understand what is globalization, what is liberalization, privatization. This is given good in academy book, Telugu Academy. The book is good. I will discuss few aspects of that. That is completely fine. Rights issues, human rights, women, SC, ST, children rights. This is about acts. This is not much thing. India's foreign policy, again, this will be based on current affairs, some static things. This is also not much to worry. So, but for basic constitution and polity, follow Bare Act and Lakshmikant. Don't worry about trivial things like rights issues, India's foreign policy, ఎక్కడ ప్రిపేర్ అవ్వాలి, ఏం కథ అని తలబద్దలు కొట్టుకోకండి. ఎక్కడైతే మార్కులు వస్తాయో ఫస్ట్ అది కంప్లీట్ చేసుకుందాం. ఎక్కడైతే స్కోప్ వైడ్గా ఉంటుందో దాన్ని ఎలా చదవాలో నేను నా కోచింగ్లో చెప్తాను. తర్వాత ఇండియన్ అండ్ ఆంధ్రప్రదేశ్ ఎకానమీ అండ్ ప్లానింగ్. Now, this is economy. Andhra Pradesh economy I'll tell later, but focus on Indian economy. Basic characteristics of Indian economy: national income, Indian agriculture, financial institutions. 1, 2, 3, 4. Directly UPSC papers. Directly UPSC economy. No need to follow anything. I'll take one by one. I'll tell you everything. Just follow my economy book. I would have suggested one book for this also, but studying that books take much time. Understanding economy takes much time. So don't do this. I have a systematic notes. I'll tell you how to prepare each and everything. I'll take every topic and I'll tell you ekkada questions adugutar enti anesi. That is the thing. Fifth one, characteristics and basic features of Andhra Pradesh economy. Now look at this. In this AP Reorganization Act, directly they will ask the questions from sections of this act. So we have to take the printout of the act and then we have to understand the act. That is more than enough. No need to go in depth of the act for prelims. For prelims, act correct గా చదువుకుంటే సరిపోతుంది. తర్వాత వచ్చేసి, now look at this. Andhra Pradesh after this. This is something which is a bit difficult. A bit difficult in the sense you do not find exact source. The only source that you will have is Andhra Pradesh Socio and Economic Development, just like AP survey, Indian Economic Survey, Andhra Pradesh government will give it. So that might be these type of questions here, right? We will follow that, but this will be at the last. But for the rest of the things, we'll finish it. Geography, look at general geography. General geography is called physical geography of the world. Now physical geography of, again this is geomorphology. These two things are from geography context where we can prepare. We can prepare from NCRTs, you can take each and every topic and you can prepare, or you can prepare from PMF IAS notes or listen to videos. That is more than enough. Social geography and economic geography. Now this is, or you can also follow loose and GK for that, for this, right? This is more than enough. Social and physical geography. Social geography is something which is again a wide context. So this will keep it last. Where to prepare again social geography? For this there will be some statistics in Andhra Pradesh socio-economic outlook, which means Andhra Pradesh economic survey. There we have to study that and we will finish it. Economy, Indian economy. Now this is economic geography, which is about industries, minerals, these things. Again, best sources PMFIS for geography. No need to go beyond that, or just concentrate yourself to NCRT, because for 30 marks you don't need to prepare. So if you look at this context, this 120 marks, this 120 marks is